Hi, I'm Ed from Jesmonite. We get tons of questions from end users on how to do certain things with Jesmonite and achieve different finishes. Today we're going to go through some of the most frequently asked questions and try and provide you with a good summary of answers in relation to them. Jesmonite isn't tested for any food safety standards, therefore we recommend not using it for any food vessels such as plates, bowls or chopping boards, purely because we don't have any data to indicate that it's safe. There are a variety of sealants on the market that you can use to make products food safe, but we don't directly endorse any. If you do want to make a product that is food safe using Jesmonite, we strongly recommend conducting your own research and coming to your own conclusion on the suitability of the product for your application. Jesmonite AC100 can be sealed with a variety of proprietary sealants to ensure better water resistance. Here's an example of a sealed piece and an unsealed piece. See how water reacts. See that on the panel that's been treated with acrylic sealer, the water just beads straight off. Whereas the coast that hasn't been treated, the water all sits and stains the surface. Absolutely, you can make candles using AC100. One thing to be aware of with candles and AC100 is that, like any candle material that you're going to make a candle jar or holder out of, as there's a direct flame going onto it, there is potential that the product can discolour, it can have burn marks on it or black markings. So just be aware of that. If you are selling the product to an end user, it's best to make them aware that the product can change over time. Another material option for making candles as opposed to AC100 is AC730. Another fantastic material from the Jesmonite range, is ideal for making candles, can be pigmented and you can achieve a variety of finishes and effects with it. It's an ideal material for candles as well. One of the frequently asked questions we get in relation to AC730 is, can you use our standard Jesmonite liquid pigments in conjunction with it? You can. AC730 can be pigmented using any of our standard coloured pigments. Things to be aware of, however, are that AC730 will be a slightly duller colour than you're used to with using AC100, for example. But it can still achieve any level of colour based on the right volume of pigment used. When mixing AC730, I would always recommend putting your liquid in your container first and then backfilling it with the powder. It's always best to add gradual increments of the product as opposed to putting all the powder on top of the liquid in one go, just to make sure it's all properly mixed. So once you've mixed AC730 and it's lump free and smooth, it's a matter of just adding the pigment to it. You'll find that if you've not used AC730 previously, that in comparison to AC100, the product is slightly thicker. So you'd add the pigments to it in the same manner you would with AC100. Once you've mixed the product, I would recommend just adding small doses of pigment to achieve your desired colour. In this instance, I'll use a blue and a red. Once you've mixed your product and got the desired colour, in this instance we've got quite a nice purple, we're going to just pour the product on top of your mould or into whatever application or mould setup that you're using. When using the Jesmonite liquid pigments in conjunction with any of our concrete technologies such as AC730, the pigments aren't UV stable, so don't put them in any applications where they're in direct sunlight or they're externally used, unless you're going to seal them with a suitable proprietary sealant. You can also achieve a variety of marbling effects using Jesmonite and Jesmonite pigments. In this instance, I'm only doing a coaster, so I'm using a really small mixing vessel, which is just a plastic cup and a plastic spatula in order to make sure that it's mixed well. An important tip for mixing is just to mix for a decent amount of time to make sure that all the air bubbles and all the material is bound together correctly. To achieve a marbling effect, it's a matter of mixing the product, ensuring it's fully mixed, getting your official Jesmonite pigment, and then swirling it in to the product. Putting a small amount of pigment in and then lightly mixing it so it's not fully bound into the colour is a great way of achieving a marbled effect. Once you've got to the desired level of marbling that you wish, then it's just a matter of pouring it into your mould. The official guidance on shelf life for all of our products is 12 months. However, you can find that sometimes after that 12 months, the products are still usable. Do be aware though that we cannot guarantee that the setting times or the usage of the product. So after that 12 months is done, we'd recommend ordering new products and using fresh batches. Terrazzo is a fantastic effect that you can achieve using Jesmonite. There's various thicknesses and sizes of terrazzo that you can use, and there's no exact science to the amount of terrazzo that you can put in a mix. So ultimately, it's best to do it by eye. We asked some of our brand ambassadors about it, and a lot of them said that the best thing to do is just do it by eye and put in as much or as little as you think you need. Jesmonite products can be sanded in a variety of ways as well to achieve a variety of different finishes. You can use traditional pieces of normal sandpaper in various grits, you can wet sand the product, or you can use machines to sand as well, like this orbital sander. There's lots of different ways of sanding the product to get different effects, but it's always a good idea to ensure that you're wearing gloves and doing it in a safe environment that's well ventilated. There's a variety of grits of sandpaper that you can use with Jesmonite. It's best to start from an 80 grit and work your way to a 120 to get the best results. Jesmonite products can be purchased around the world via our distribution network. Our website acts as a fantastic hub for information on every product in our range, from AC730 to Acid Etch, FlexiGuard and anything in between. Your distributor around the world can answer a lot of your questions as well. If you want to speak in your own dialect, or alternatively the information on our website isn't sufficient, you can contact your distributor and have a direct conversation with them about the products, and they'll be able to best advise you. Thanks for watching. I hope this video has been of use to you and you've learned some tips and tricks in relation to some of our materials. If you have any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment below, and please subscribe to our channel for more content.